I am Friendship Pearson. Welcome again to my channel, Friendship Blue. I am in Broadview, Illinois. 1930 Beach Street in Broadview, Illinois. I'm at the Illinois ICE Detention Center. There were protests out here this morning, a band of people. I did show that on my last video. And what's going on, everything is wrapped up now. However, I just did see a few, looks like Homeland Security people went inside the facility. I'll show you that temporarily, but yeah, I am here. I am Friendship Pearson. Welcome to Friendship Blue. We are live. It is Friday. Happy Friday. What's today, the 5th? The 5th? What do we got? My days run into each other. We have the 5th, which is Friday of September. Again, we are in Broadview, Illinois. There is the detention center here, Homeland Security, ICE. There were protests here earlier. I'll let you guys see a few things right now. As you can see, Channel 7 is still here. They're wrapping up. They're wrapping up as we speak. Channel 7 is here. We're in Broadview, Illinois, ICE Detention Center. This center has been here for a while. And again, from what I understand, when I did my research this morning, Homeland Security allegedly came early, like between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. And what they did, they brought people in. And as I'm standing here right now, you're seeing a car and you're seeing a van. It might be people here in the van. Yeah, it's people in the van. So they're bringing people in as we speak to be detained. This is the actual facility. You can see the guard. I'm in Broadview, Illinois. There was a peaceful protest earlier. They did have tents. When they had the tents earlier, the police came and took their tents. Allegedly, that was on screen this morning when I did my video. So yeah, we're in Broadview, Illinois, and we are capturing the actual detention center here in Broadview, Illinois. As you can see, everything is boarded up. Can't see in, can't see out. I've only been here for a few minutes. They've actually let a few guards in the place. As you can see, a van just went in with people that they're bringing into custody or holding in detention. I guess that's the best way to put it, right? This might be an additional part over here where they're building. So this is the main building first. So this might be building number 2. They're doing work over here. I'm assuming, I don't know, but it looks like it's adjacent to the property. But yeah, this is the spot, people. We are live here in Broadview, Illinois. Let me give you the exact address. So we are at 1930 Beach Street, Broadview, Illinois. ICE Detention Center. We are live. Friendship Pearson. Welcome to Friendship Blue. YouTube. An actual detention center. Did you ever think we'd see something like this? Joe Biden brought them in, and Trump is sending them back. Go through the process the proper way. That's the goal. One of his campaign promises. As you can see, you still have a few media people here doing a little bit of work. But yeah, it's going to be something else, people. Things might pop off this weekend. Like I promised you guys, I'm going to be out here in the street covering it. Here comes another van. Looks like they're bringing in people here. This is what I've been hearing. See them bringing people in? See the van? They're bringing in detainees as we speak. You see the van is all black windows, but you can see people inside if you're up close. So they're bringing people in. This is the real thing, baby. I'll give you the address again. Hold tight. This is the real thing, people. ICE Detention Center. So the address I have is 1930 Beach Street, 1930 Beach, Beach Street, Broadview, Illinois. 60155. Okay, let me show you. Here comes another van. People, this is the third van that I've seen. I don't know if they got anybody in this one. There's a van stopping. No, that's the post office. My bad. But anyway, they do have vans. They're bringing in people. So if you can wait it out as the media, you might catch some things. But the demonstrators have left, so they missed this part. Again, from my research this morning and the video that I did earlier, it showed that the news people were out here as early as 6 o'clock in the morning. They had got wind that the Homeland Security had literally brought in detainees as early as 4 o'clock in the morning, when they usually bring them in between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. They usually bring the detainees in from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and they faked them out allegedly and brought them in earlier. But now, since the demonstrators have left, guess what? They're bringing them in now in vans. So yeah, this is the moment in time where we're literally watching Homeland Security and an actual camp. As you can see, they have this big towering antenna. That's the antenna. You can't see in, but this is the entrance gate. I'm going to do as much as I can without being disrespectful. You guys can probably see through it. There are people getting out of the van, so I'm assuming those are detainees. They're literally getting out of the van. I'm going to see what I can do to get some of this coverage without being disrespectful and without being arrested. But this is the real deal, people. This is it. Don't know if you guys can make that out, but there are people literally. If you look dead center, you see people getting out of the van. This is the real deal. I'm not sure if I can get a better shot. Let me see if I can. They got everything covered up respectfully, so you can't see their movement. But definitely, I can see about 6 or 7 people that just got out of the van. And I guess they got to go through processing. You know how it go, right? But yeah, this is the real thing. You got a lot of people that did come over here questionably and illegal. So this is what I said the other day in my video. This is the modern day North versus South, how America started. But yeah, the processing is going on. I understand they had a big bus in another city today, 475 people. I forgot what city that was, but there was a raid with 475 people. You guys can probably look at it in the news. 475 people raided at some type of plant today, and ICE is on the move. That's all I can tell you. They're on the move, and people are being rounded up, and they're being taken in. And that's the new day that we live in, people. It's not going to stop. I don't know what phase that they're in. Trump did warn about this during his campaign, and now it's actually happening, and this is the reality. I'm not sure if they do have one in right here in Chicago, but I'm in Broadview, Illinois. Broadview, Illinois, on a decent traffic drive, is about 25 minutes from downtown, and it's west. It's west, right off the Eisenhower Expressway. But yeah, this is the spot. And I don't know how many people at the houses, but they're bringing in people. As you can see, there was a white van that came through. But this is the reality. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Friendship Pearson. Welcome to Friendship Blue. We are live here in Broadview, Illinois. Don't know what's going on in your neck of woods, but hey, this is the real deal. Trump did say that Chicago was next, Illinois was next, and the proof is in the pudding. We're going to find out as days go on how far they're going to go and how extensive it's going to be.
They're going to destroy our state and they're going to destroy our city.
Yeah, they're going to destroy it, huh?
Yeah, that's what they're going to do.
Were you one of the protesters that was out here earlier?
No, I saw it on the news this morning.
Yeah.
Come here just so I can
Yeah.
get some footage.
Yeah.
I want to make a video about it.
Yeah. Yeah, this place has been here for a while.
I know, it's sick. It makes me feel sick.
Yeah. So again, I'm Friendship Pearson. I am live. I'm in Broadview, Illinois. and we have a actual detention center live, right? Live, right? Who would have thought that we would see this in our day and age? But people, we've had the law on the books for decades, and I blame really this on Biden, to be honest with you, personally,
I do too.
because if he had done this thing the right way, these people wouldn't be shuffled around like they're inhuman.
I blame Biden because he could have done something to prevent this from
Well, yeah,
happening.
the bottom line is that you do things the right way, you never have a problem. Here's a security guy here. You probably see his gun. He's starting his shift now. There's a guy there. So I guess they have certain shifts. Who knows? 8, 6, 8, 12-hour shifts. But they've got people here that just came in starting shifts. They're unloading something in there. I don't know what it is. But again, this is an actual detention center. And again, if Biden had done things the legal way, these people wouldn't go through it, because there is a way to come through the process the right way. It does take a little bit longer, but now you're being hunted down. And that's not fair to them. It's certainly not fair to their kids. But this is the new America that we're living in. It looks like there's another van approaching. So if it is, I'll get that footage as well. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great Friday. A great Friday. I'm going to be covering this stuff as it happens every day. Please support the channel in any way that you can. Here comes a van right now. Let's see what's going on. Nope, that's not part of this. Okay. Every little van that I see that's that's shaped like that, it makes me think it might be some detainees. But the people were out here as early as 5 and 6 o'clock this morning. They had tents. And according to the news, when you watch the news footage, they actually took the tents from the people, so they couldn't camp out. So they protested for a little while, and then they left. So now, here's a guy here just came out.
Take the mask off.
So there he just came out of the gate. He just came out of the gate. So yeah. No. Hello? I can move if you want me to. Okay, I'm back on. Thank God. Oh, someone was trying to call me. Okay, can you guys hear me now? Okay, I can hear you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so people, the guards are here. I'm glad it's not raining like I was downtown today. I hate being in the rain. I get sick the next morning. But people, this is our reality, unfortunately. I am not going to sit here and tell you that I like this, okay? As a Christian, as a human being, I do not like this. I don't believe in having people's future dictated by the law when the law was broken. I don't like that. And that's what has happened here. And we got to keep it in perspective. Okay, so here we literally have cars going inside the detention center. This is the detention center here. You can see, get a look at the vans, 2 straight vans. So yeah, what all do they do here, right? Shelter, hygiene, food, sleep. It's a pretty decent edifice. I don't know how many people that it actually shelters, but this is one, I'm sure, of many. And I'm sure they have other ones that they're going to utilize. So we're going to see how things are going to mushroom and how things are going to develop, how they're going to evolve this year. And I've called Chicago a test city. This is a suburb. This is Broadview. And what you have this could have been us, people. This could have been us. The way the authorities have done this thing, I think, is very inhuman. They got these people, they open up the door for these people to come in. And now a lot of them are going to be put in these detention camps. I'm not saying all of them were good. The ones who were bad should have never come over. But if Biden had done the law the way it was supposed to have been done, we wouldn't be in this fix we're probably talking $500 million in the last couple of years spent on this stuff when it could have been spent on the homeless, right? And the lower middle class and all types of services for us. This is what I'm mad about, to be honest with you. When it really comes down to it, that's what I'm really pissed about, is that our monies don't be used on us every day. I don't care what color you are, America first. And now we're using money again to right the wrong. And how long does this musical chairs last? I don't know. But I'm going to cover the story. But yeah, this is live. I'll probably be back out here again. Um, the law enforcement is coming back again, so I'm going to. Here's the police just rode by. So I don't know if this is Homeland Security or whatever, but these might be ICE agents going inside, and they do have real guns too, people. They do have real guns. It's real. This is real. This is real. Like I said, the protesters were out here. They just left within the last few hours, but they were here as early as 6 or 7 in the morning. They were throwing a curve, normally between 7 and 9 in the morning. That's when they bring the detainees, but they brought them, I heard, around 4 o'clock this morning, and they brought them in. And now it looks like they're bringing in a few since I've been here. But yeah, this is our reality, our new America, our tax dollars being utilized for this. How long will it go? How does the process work? Do you literally round them up, process them, send them back? Trump started something a few months ago. If I round you up, send you back, then you can be in the computer and I can bring you back the right way. How long that process takes, I don't know. But those who are doing illegal activities, I'm sure they won't be asked to come back at all. But yeah, they got to sift and sort through this thing, and it's going to take time. People, I've been on this thing for years, and what I can tell you, I have heard as low as 2 million illegals, all the way up to 40 million. So you choose the number. I've heard the minimum of 2 million. Then again, I've heard 40 million I hear illegally. And they just had a raid. This morning. Let me see if I can find it. Did you guys hear about the raid that they did this morning in another city? 475 people. Let me see if I can pull that up. 475 people raided this morning. ICE agents. Okay, an hour ago it says 475 people detained at immigration raid in Georgia. In Georgia, 475 people. Look at that. Look at that. 475 people detained at immigration raid in Georgia. I know, right? 475 more jobs, huh? People, they must have been watching this place for a while. You know what I'm saying? In other words, they let it work like a beehive. They let them do things, quote unquote, illegal, and that way you trap them later on. You see what I'm saying? So what a move. 475 detained at immigration and raid. So now, whatever this business was, man, that's a lot of people in Georgia. So you guys check that out a little bit later. We're going to probably seeing impromptu raids. Go inside here. We're probably going to be seeing impromptu raids for the rest of the year. You know, those are the vans that they utilize evidently to bring the detainees in.
Kill yourself, you fat cunt.
There's one. I guess all these are ICE / Homeland Security people. Don't know exactly what their title is, respectfully. But people, we're going to see all kind of stuff in the news, I believe, going forward. Like I said to you guys before, Chicago is a test city. What we're going to see here is going to be happening probably in about 15 to 20 states or cities throughout the rest. I criticized Trump early in the year. You guys probably remember a video that I did. I was like, okay, he promised to remove people. And I'm like, nothing's happening. Well, I was wrong. It's happening now. It's happening. But yeah, we're at the detention center here in Broadview, Illinois. Broadview, Illinois. Um, what can I tell you? It's it's unbelievable that you actually witnessed something like this. You know, to go from the news to actually to the place. I've been covering these stories off and on the last couple of years, even my last channel. So much going on in the world between the Palestinian-Israeli conflict to the other war, which I can't mention. But people, just stay prayed up, be careful, and know that this thing called life, follow the law so you don't get caught up in the madness. You know what I'm saying? There are journalists right here. You can see a few of them are left. You see a few journalists there. Channel 7 is here. Channel 7 is here. Just a remnant of people here now. And they're here in this strategic place right here because this takes you straight into, if you got a good lens, soon as this gate opens up, guess what? You can see everything. So they're reporting. I'm sure they're going to edit it later, and they'll have a big news feed. But yes, people, we are here. You can see this place here. We'll walk right up on the place. I was able to see the ICE agent get out of his car about 15 minutes ago. So this is 1930. 1930. I think it says Peach Street. I forgot. I'll look. Let me see where I'm at. What a world. 1930 Beach Street. This is where I'm at right now. 1930 Beach Street. You can Google it. U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement. I know this area very well because my dad used to live out here. So my dad used to live about 10 minutes from here. God rest his soul. So I know the area very well. This is Bellwood, Illinois. I used to run a KFC in Maywood back in the day. That's a 10-minute drive from here. But yeah, 1930 Beach Street. That's where I'm at. There's a Homeland Security guy just came out. Yeah, they must be changing shifts. They must have had a shift change. So that guy's leaving. But this is the address, people. 1930 Beach Street. I guess you call it a processing center. We live in that time where anybody can do a report, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm utilizing my channel to keep you guys up on it. That way, when you see it happening in your neighborhood, you know exactly what's going on, because at some point they're going to be turning a lot of empty buildings, a lot of empty edifices into, I don't know. I don't want to use the word camps, but that's what I feel they are. I think I feel like we're back in the 30s with the man with the mustache, who I can't mention his name, but it appears to me that we're back in that moment in the 30s because the people were entrapped. They were allowed to come over here. In fact, you remember I did reports where they were bringing illegals overnight in planes. Joe Biden was bringing people overnight in planes. That was crazy, right? That was crazy. We didn't get no free plane ride, but they did. So we got a lady here. She's kind of upset. So you'll probably hear some full letter words every now and then. This lady, she's doing a documentary herself, but she's agitating the Homeland Security here, which she shouldn't be doing. So I'd like to get her opinion, but then again, I'm scared that she might say something crazy. So, but yeah, we're going to try to wait it out for another maybe 15, 20 minutes. Welcome new subscribers. If you don't know who this is Friendship Pearson. I am a former journalist. I've done radio, a little bit of television work, more so with the camera. So again, done radio. I've done newspaper and magazine. I like doing commentary. I like keeping up on the major issues. These are the last days. I do believe Jesus is coming again. And this is one of the last day situations that we're going to have to encounter, unfortunately, because This is the NWO. Read between the lines. This is the NWO. Um, I think it's going to be impossible to round up everybody, but they're going to do what they can. Again, I've heard between 2 million to 40 million people out here illegally. That's the problem. They just had a raid in Atlanta, 475 people at a plant. Ain't that something? 475 people. Can you imagine going to work? And the video that I saw, they were running through the plant. Who knows? It might be hype. I don't know. I'm not in Atlanta, but people, there are going to be a lot of raids going on. Here's somebody going inside. Let me see if I can get a bird's eye view. A lot of money spent on cars and vans. Just add that money up, you know. All that money, all these vans around the world, around the United States. All that money that could have went to people like you and I to help us. Our tax money. That's our tax money, people. Our tax money pays for this thing. They call it actual detention center, but our tax money. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Where's that in the car?
They have some pizza, some cheese, and some pepperoni. Somebody anonymously ordered some pizza.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
All right. So somebody ordered some pizza.
She's got in that black Chevy right there.
Okay. Oh, nice. All right. Somebody ordered pizza somebody ordered pizza for all the people that are here protesting. That was nice. I guess that includes the media as well, so who knows. But yeah, people, just wrap your mind around this moment. I pray nothing crazy breaks out over this week. What's today, people? Friday? I think they have demonstrations downtown tomorrow. I know the federal building. Did you guys see it on the internet? Our federal building downtown, they got it set up with all types of barriers, man. They got big fences downtown. I mean, this thing is turned into like a police state. They said they did it so that people can go in and out safely. All right, here you go here. Another van coming out. So yeah, people, Chicago's going to be one of the places to be to keep your eye on. And I'm going to cover it as much as I can, right? I'm going to cover it as much as I can. Anyway, how you guys doing? Having a good weekend? What's the plan for the weekend, right? What's the plan? Homeland Security and a detention center. Ain't that something? This is a history book that you don't have to go and buy for college, right? You can actually see it on the internet. Homeland Security / ICE and a detention center. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams you would have to deal with something like that? I mean, think about it. I mean, just wrap your mind around this moment that you're actually looking at this in real life. But I'm telling y'all, this is Biden's fault, man. But, you know, they're all part of the same thing, you know. They're playing good cop, bad cop. Everybody's in on the game to our detriment. But yeah, look at where we're at. You think I'm cute? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, can you imagine just a world that, look, people, let's just keep it real. If you go to any country overseas, you better have your credentials, which includes your passport, okay? Because you just might get arrested on the spot. Forget about just turning you around. They might just arrest you and try to find out what you're doing. But America did it the hard way, right? We let people in through any means necessary. We let them in. And now we gotta sort through who's good and who's bad. At the same time, like there's a immigration place near my house. And I say 25% of those people who have been there, they got kids now. So you have babies that have been born here. So this separation of families and everything, this is people. This thing daily, monthly, weekly, yearly, it's mushrooming into something that, again, that didn't have to be. But yeah, we're here. So hopefully it's done with dignity and respect. Hopefully this thing is done with dignity and respect. Um, if there are some clashes, I'm going to try to cover the stories. Don't know how long, but I better wear my gym shoes if I go out this weekend in case I have to run. But yeah, this is it. We do have a few media people here. They're hanging on, waiting on just to get some footage, I guess, for their respective television stations. But there were a lot of protesters. A lot of protesters were here this morning, and they're gone now. And they brought in a lot of detainees overnight, and they just brought in 2 vans worth of detainees. If anybody can find out how many people housed this place, let me know. 1930 Beach Street, 1930 Beach Street in Broadview, Illinois. Feels pretty good out here. Nice air. Yeah, it's all good. Got my head shaved this morning. I can't really eat pizza, but I'll have maybe 1 slice. But anyway, because bread clogs my arteries. But anyway, man, maybe I'll stay about 5 or 10 more minutes. So far, only 2 vans have showed up since I've been here. I'm just looking at how much money that has spent that could have been utilized in our behalf in all our major cities, because all cities have their issues where they need money, and at some point we've got to turn this tide around and start making our tax dollars work for us, because it doesn't make sense to keep swatting flies. And I'm not saying these people are flies. What I'm saying, I'm just being metaphorically. It doesn't make no sense to keep chasing your tail. It doesn't make no sense. So we have some more people coming out here. This is a very active place. Very active place. Very active place. You can tell by the antennas on the car that these are definitely people who are in government. You can spot a government car in Illinois. Trust me, you can spot it a mile away. But yeah, they got the whole thing boarded up. You can't do nothing. You can't see in, you can't see out. So there'd be no escaping here. They probably have it blocked off in certain areas that they can't venture into once they get up in there. But people, this is what happens when you break the law. That's all I can tell you. I'm sure the average person I'm talking to knows you don't go to another country without breaking the law. And what's the old saying back in the day? If it's too good to be true, it's a trap. They should have known it was a trap. Then again, a lot of folks don't understand America. We think we go by the news. We're like, okay, man, they didn't open up the border. I can come on over here. Yeah, my aunt's over there. My friend is over there. My cousin's over there. Okay, I'm gonna join the party. And now you're getting locked up, so to speak. That was a trap, man. That was a trap. So America, to me, is utilizing illegals as a tool, and the tool is to keep social unrest and keep our mind focused on other things instead of our republic or democracy, or whatever you want to call it. Things that we should be fighting for as one. We're now divided, right? Some are against Trump, some are for Trump. And again, this is the new North versus South, So yeah, pawns in the game, right? Pawns in the game. Yep. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of this going on. When I get done with this live, I'm going to check to see if there are going to be some demonstrations here this weekend, and I'll try to cover them. Please support the channel. Subscribe, hit the bell. If you're busy, just turn the video on and wash some dishes, because the commercials pay my salary. Because the type of work that I do, along with the decoding, this is just not news. This is information and revelation. Okay, information, revelation, and salvation. How about that? That's what the channel is about. Information, revelation, and salvation. I try to be current, keep you guys up on everything, give you my opinion. But yeah, people, what a day that we live in. Again, 475 people had to run, and they got arrested in Atlanta for being there illegally this afternoon. So yeah, what a story. And there's going to be many more, because free is not free. Free is not free. Yep. So yeah, it's getting kind of boring right about now. Show you the news crew. They're taking a break because ain't nothing happening. Don't know what's going to go on. It's like a wait and see. Channel 7 is here. It's a wait and see. They got real smart. Homeland Security, what they did, what ICE did, they brought in the detainees around 4 o'clock this morning. And they faked everybody out. And they since then have brought a few people in, and that's about it. But yeah, they faked them out. So, and then they had the tents. Let me see if I can pull up a video. JR Investigates has something. See if I can pull that up. I'm laughing because it has resorted to cat and mouse. You know, it's come down to cat and mouse. It's hard to do 2 phones at a time. JR Investigates. Okay. Let's see. That was this morning. I'm trying to find this video that he ran this morning. He did a video this morning. That was this one here. So I'm gonna let you guys see what was going on this morning.
Well, I didn't make this kind of money selling yoga mats and toasters, and I damn sure wasn't talking my friends into buying vitamins and juices. I did it with a free app. All right, it looks like
Coming out of the gate now.
ICE detention facility, and it appears the protesters plan to camp out. They plan to camp out.
I was Channel 32 this morning.
Come on in, folks. JLR Investigates. Chicago.
Thank you.
Broadview ICE detention.
Do a video of the with
So they're gonna show what happened this morning. I want to show you that in about a minute. Shout out to JR Investigates. All the news crews were here covering this story. You're looking at the fence right now of the detention center. Let's see what we got here. That was at the,
morning. That protest was scheduled to end at this hour, but it's still going strong here in Broadview. Just a few minutes ago, the police had to move in to remove some things. Rachel Cohen with us right now. You had some of the protesters were setting up tents that were purchased, and then the police moved in. Can you describe what happened there?
Absolutely. Earlier this morning, a number of protesters who are, as you can see, are still present, successfully had an ICE vehicle turn around as it was entering that parking lot. Typically, ICE moves people from this facility between the hours of 7 and 9 in the morning every Friday. When we arrived, we heard from news media that was already on scene that people had been moved instead in the wee hours of the morning, 4:30, 4:45 a.m. What that tells us, particularly in connection with ICE vehicles turning around as opposed to moving protesters, is that ICE is afraid. ICE is attempting to terrorize my neighbors, and yet all it takes to terrorize them right back is us showing up and sitting down. We brought tents because we're ready to be here. We're ready to stand up for our neighbors. The tents scared them too. They were taken away. I don't know what to do with that other than to say that a couple of concerned citizens, a couple of people using their privilege, is all it takes to stop this absolute disaster and this absolute brutality. And we're ready to be here.
Pending ICE agent activity that we're expecting.
So people, as much as she's trying to protest, it ain't gonna work because you can't obstruct law enforcement. That's the reality. You can holler and scream all you want to. I'm gonna tell you, I got 19 years doing the security. You can't do it. You're bringing yourself to a point where you can have a lawsuit, definitely be detained, possibly being arrested. You can't obstruct justice. Once a process starts, such as this, and you're in the way, you're obstructing. So you can do peaceful protests and not be in the way, but you do a protest and be in the way. Guess what? You're gonna be locked up as well. So I can appreciate what she's doing, but the reality is that you got to know the law. You got to work the law so you can, continue to get the word out. But yeah, they were here this morning, and they were faked out. They were faked out. So it's cat and mouse. It's cat and mouse all day, and it's going to be cat and mouse. I'm sure they got more facilities and they got more plans. What I'm assuming what they do here is that they bring them here and they process them, photo ID, facial ID, looking for certain body marks like tattoos and things like that. They get their weight, their height, they get their fingernail, they get their fingerprints, they get all that. And then once they get everything and find out where they're from and stuff like that, then they probably send them somewhere else. So let's say this place houses 300 people, right? Who knows? That's how you process, okay? You got to bring them in, dot all the I's, cross all the T's, get them in, do the process, and then take them probably to one of these airports or put them on a bus and send them back to where they come from. And then they're gonna bring in some more. That's how the process works. That's it. So this place, this place is it's just a filtering place. That's all it is, a filtering place. They're not gonna go and take the whole John Hancock or Sears Tower and fill it up with illegals. They're not gonna fill up the illegals with a big building downtown. They're just gonna have these processing centers where they bring them in, process them just like it sounds, and send them back. Send them back. That's how it goes. So this place can be news every day. God only knows how many people are out there, right? God only knows. But yeah, this is our new reality. I need to I need to sell my services to a news agency and work for somebody part-time as I do my show at the same time, right? I might as well get paid the right way. But it's all good. It's all good. I appreciate you guys being here. We've been here about 40-something minutes. Welcome to Friendship Pearson. I am Friendship Blue. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Illinois. We are in Broadview, Illinois, 1930 Beach Street, but it's not a beach. They ain't sunbathing and no bikinis up in here. They're getting processed. Well, here comes UPS now. They're delivering stuff, so the fence should be open up any second. I'm assuming they're going here. Let's see. Yeah, I think they're going here. So we'll better look inside the gate or see what they're gonna do. I might go have some of that pizza. I'm getting hungry. It's like 70 degrees out here, people. It's beautiful out here today. It's beautiful. Yeah, so they're going up the ramp. They're gonna go deliver. So yeah, they probably have a number of supplies that they deliver any day. Well, they're letting them in. And everybody's got their mask on. Everybody's got their mask on. Now, in the city of Chicago, the mayor is like, don't wear a mask. He told his police, Chicago PD, don't wear the mask. That way you can distinguish between Homeland Security and Chicago PD. So yeah, but they got the mask on. The videos that I've been watching the last few months is that the officers are saying they don't want to wear, well, the higher ups in relation to the officers are saying it's good that they don't wear the mask because they don't want people are being identified. That way, if somebody try to follow home, they know who they are. So I can understand that. This isn't the best job on earth, right? But I saw a month ago they're hiring in a lot of major states. ICE is hiring. So hey, you want a job? Because this problem's going to be here for a while. It's going to be here. It's going to be here. Yep. But yeah, they just got a delivery. And hey, it's real, baby. It's real. Read some of you guys' comments here. Let me see. Let you guys look at that. Comes a car coming out. Is that a Hellcat? I wouldn't be surprised. No, it's not a Hellcat. I'm just playing. Oh, they got their phone. They were in the car filming us. So I guess I'll be on somebody's news tonight. Let me see here. Can I read what's going on? Deport. ICE taking care of real problems. ICE, baby. They might mess with me. I'm gonna be cool so they don't have to mess with me. Let me see. Deport. Today you are one of the good ones. Tomorrow you are the next victim. ICE in Broadview. Yep, ICE in Broadview, Illinois. That's right. Use my tax money to get these illegals out. Need a job? Yeah, you need a job. It's a job available. What's the point of recording the gate? Well, you know, I'm going to record activity, okay? I'm recording activity. If there was more activity, I would do it. You're welcome to come here and help me since you want to critique what I'm doing. What's the sense of recording the gate? What's the sense of you being here? Don't let me start. You know I got a smart mouth sometimes. I would defend myself. Got to crack a joke, right? I'm gonna film the gate. I might film the person who built the gate. How about that? Oh boy. Can you tell us just joining what's happening? Okay, thank you. All right, so those of y'all who just came, I am in 1930 Beach Street. I am in Broadview, Illinois. I'm Friendship Pearson, welcome to Friendship Blue. In fact, there is a van coming right now. See that? They're bringing in illegals. They're bringing in immigrants. This is a detention center. This is the third van where they bring in detention. They bring them here for processing, okay? This is what they do. They won't leave the gate open long because they don't want you to see what's going on, respectfully, but they bring the people in, they bring the immigrants in, they get out of the van, and they process them. This is one of the staging or holding places that they have in Illinois. I'm in Broadview, Illinois, which is about a 20-minute drive from downtown. On a bad day, maybe 35-minute drive, but yeah. I am at a processing detention center. Homeland Security, ICE, the marriage in relation to what our president is doing. He's getting rid of the problem of the illegals, which are questionable. That's my understanding. I don't think it's all illegals. I think they're starting with the bad ones first. Who knows? I don't know what the process is, but I am at 1930 Beach Street, and I'm at one of the holding facilities. I'll walk past here. This is the gate, the entrance gate. I've seen some of the guards. The guns are real. The patrols are real. Respectfully, they're doing their job. They've had deliveries. This place has been here for a while. And when I saw it on the news early this morning, I told myself I would come out here and cover it. There's going to be a lot of activity in Illinois. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of activity coming down the pipe. And as it happens, yours truly will bring it to you. This is the actual building. I'm not going to go in the back because I think that'd be illegal for me to do it. But as you can see, it's well guarded. See on the building, you see the cameras. It's well guarded. 2 cameras on that side, a camera right there, another camera there. They ain't playing, is they? They ain't playing. You ain't gonna get up out of here without a smile, right? Your picture gonna be on this bad boy. You ain't getting up out of here. So yeah, everything's boxed in. Now, I'm sure they have CCTV cameras. I've worked those before because I've done this type of work. So they're looking at me right now. And if they have the sound cameras, they hear me too. So I'm I'm aware of that also. So they know I'm not a threat. I'm just covering the story. But yeah, we're at the detention center. So that will get a few people up to date as to what's going on. There was a big protest here early this morning. They came to try to meet Homeland Security and ICE faked them out. ICE came around 4 o'clock in the morning. They already brought the detainees. And now they just brought 3 vans within the last hour. So they faked them out. They were going to protest. I don't want to speak for them, but it appears to me when I watched the news coverage, they were literally sitting on the ground, which means they were going to block the vans. I'm going to say it again. From what I saw this morning, when I first saw the news coverage, they were going to sit, and they did sit. They did sit. They were going to sit at this entrance and block it. They were going to sit at the entrance and block it so that the vans could not get in. There's Broadview police right there. But yeah, they were here, and they were going to try to stop the vans, I'm assuming, from going in. And guess what? It didn't work because they came early. They came at 4 o'clock in the morning. So blocking the gate didn't make any sense. But the protesters left about an hour plus ago, and since they've left, 3 vans have come with detainees, with immigrants. So it's been cat and mouse. So hopefully that gets you guys up to speed. I'm Friendship Pearson. Welcome to Friendship Blue. We do have a few things going on here. I'm noticing about every half hour we got people leaving. Like this gentleman, he just came out of the place. Like I say, it's a lot of jobs for Homeland Security people. And we've got the news crew over here sitting down. Somebody donated some pizza, so they're eating pizza. And Channel 7 is here. Don't know if there's going to be any big information coming down the pipe. I don't know what the plan is, but just have to wait and see. If I was working for one of these news agencies, I'm sure they would tell me to be out here all day because you just don't know what's going to transpire. Now I'm watching this one girl. Like I tell you, she's really being aggressive, and if she keeps on, she's going to get arrested. This lady here, she's really acting kind of bizarre. You got to respect these premises because this is serious business, So, but yeah, this is the real deal, people. We're here in the United States, Broadview, Illinois. Broadview is about a 20-25 minute drive from downtown, from where our mayor is. But yeah, this is the news agency. And they're on break, waiting for the next move. And we'll see what's going to be germinating within the next, who knows, 5 or 10 minutes. I don't think I'm going to stay too much longer. I'm going to try to do some digging. Maybe I'll get enough money in the future. I can buy myself a scanner. I can keep up on everything. I do have a few police officer friends, but I'm not sure if they'll give me the latest and greatest information like they used to. But yeah, I need a scanner. I need a scanner so I can keep up on stuff, so I can get there just before it happens or as it happens. But as I watch the news like you, I go to it. When I hear about things going to happen ahead of time, I go to it. So yeah, this is my way of keeping the public up on what's going on, because the Midwest, I believe, is a test city. Whatever happens here will probably happen in Washington, D.C., will probably happen in Georgia, will probably be happening in a lot of states. This is going to be a common thing in probably 35, 40% of our cities and our states. And There's a girl here. I'm sorry, I'm quiet. There's a girl here in a car and trying to figure out. She's supposed to be here for a government class, but she's 3 hours late for the protest. I guess they couldn't find the place, but kind of lost my train of thought. But yeah, people, this is the real deal. This is the real deal. This is the new America. And this is going to be happening in probably about 35% of our states going forward, because God only knows what the true number is, how many illegals are out here doing wrong things. Where I stay, there is an immigration shelter, housing. They've been there 2 years now. That means they know the city. They got cars and they know how to get around, which means you're not going to catch everybody, people. I'm going to keep it real. They're not going to catch everybody. They're going to catch who they can. But I'm going to tell you what I would do. I learned this a long time ago. You can infiltrate a movement any day of the week. So let's say you open up a migrant shelter, right? Okay. So now you put 10 migrants in there that are working for you. I'm going to say it again. If you open up a migrant shelter and you want to get them in the future and find out what they're doing and what their plan is, then you hire somebody that looks just like them. You let them stay in the shelter. You feel me? That's how you get your information. That's called an informant. That's police work. So we might be seeing a whole lot of things which aren't reported on the news because, look, that's just the way it works. You're outnumbered, so you gotta make a strategy to get them long term. And you just stay dormant until you know when to strike. So when I do these stories, I'm not naive because I did law enforcement for 19 years. So I'm sure you guys know the game, right? You know the game. You got to sit back and wait. But, these are the kind of games you play after Biden let them loose. Biden let them loose. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep saying it. Biden let them loose. He should never done this. We had, we don't have the best immigration policy. I mean, I know it takes a long time to do it, but it's the right way to do it. And you would stop this. And another thing which isn't talked about, people, is that you have a lot of countries that have infiltrated a lot of these countries where these people have come from. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these countries, they have oil, they have gold, they have silver, they have mines, they have cobalt. They have a lot of resources. And what happens is that a lot of governments come over and they literally take their stuff. I'm gonna keep it real. You gotta know your history. And it's going on now. They take these people's stuff and then they overthrow the government or they infiltrate the government. And then these people, they have to flee. Look, this is real talk. And I'm not saying that happened to everybody, but I bet the majority of them, that's their story. They have to flee. They have to flee from bad situations. And even if they didn't have a situation like the one I just talked about, they were still in a situation which was impoverished. Not a lot of food, not a lot of opportunity. You feel me? So they're like, hey, let me go to America. Hell, let me go. And ask yourself, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Look, read your history, man. And this is recent history I'm talking about. I'm in my 60s. I've been researching this stuff since I was 17 and a half. I'm gonna tell you, that's the story that people don't want to talk about, because there are countries, including America, that have infiltrated, gone into these countries and left it barren, and the people leave and they have to flee and they have to start over. And this is why I look at it the way it is. I don't look at it the way they tell me. I look at it the way it is, because I know the way it is. And when you do this kind of work, like I've been doing it off and on for 40-something years, you learn a lot. You learn a lot. And again, I have to ask myself, what would I have done if I was in a country where everything was set, and then I wake up the next day and my government leader has been assassinated, and the whole government has been taken over, all because a corporation, let's keep it real, a corporation wanted the silver or the gold or the minerals or the cobalt. You feel me? I mean, the phone that I'm using right now is made in part by cobalt, right? You think that cobalt come from America? Come on now, use your head. So these are the stories which aren't talked about, because if they're talked about and if they're exposed, you'll be like, what the hell? These people are running from that? Yeah, that's what they're running from. Because everything they had to leave. Now, do I believe every little story? No, I don't. I believe that the ones that were brought over the last 4 or 5 years under Biden, they deliberately, let's just say the powers made that situation possible, and then we aided them to come over here. Now they're being used, and it's not right to them or their babies or us. But that's the new world order, baby. That's the new world order. It's to scramble up America so it don't look like America anymore. That's what I believe the problem is. They want to scramble up America, so it's a complexion. They don't want any acne anymore. They want it so that when you look at America now, you're like, man, who's that? Who? I don't recognize that language. What they doing? They don't speak English. They want it like that now. And this is not the first time in human history this has done. Think about the Tower of Babel. Thank you for the 99 cents. God bless you. Think about it. This is not the first time a country or a nation or anything in history has been scrambled like this. This is what they do. So thank God that we're in a country where no one has taken over. We got to flee. So I'm empathizing and sympathizing with the illegals. At the same time, I'm like, well, you know what? They got to go through the process. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that they got to go through the process. Is there a better way? I'm sure there's a lot of other ways, but I'll put it to you like this. We got an economy, people. We're $37 trillion in the hole. We can't even pay the interest on the debt. I believe in doing America first. The best way to treat America is to let the law do what it's supposed to do. Will there be some casualties? Of course, because it was allowed to, the law was allowed to be broken. And now we're here. But what about your children? Think about it. You got to take care of you first. And then you take care of the big problem a little bit later. You got to. They shouldn't have made it so convenient for the people to come over here. And the second shoe that I blame for this is just not Biden. This was Congress, because Congress holds the purse. You feel me? Without money, none of this happens. Without money, planes don't bring them over illegally. That's the problem. Congress didn't do their job, and Biden sure in the hell didn't do his. Now Trump is getting the backlash. But like I tell you, I believe it's good cop, bad cop. It's a problem all day. But the bottom line is our cities are suffering. Chicago has $1 billion budget gap. The surrounding suburbs, I'm sure they got their issues. And all our major cities, it's a thing about money, because that's the vein that runs through everything and makes it work, money. And so, man, to sit up here and be in front of a place, can you imagine being in a detention center? And a year ago, you was coming across the Rio Grande, or you was getting a plane ride over here thinking, you know what? I got a new life. I can have a baby. Once I'm processed, I can get a job. I'm gonna be good. And now a year later, you're laying up in a detention center, man. Can you imagine how you feel? Because it's that uncertainty, baby. Think about it. So now, think about it. And I ain't talking about the murderers. I'm talking about the good ones. Suppose you were a good immigrant and you got caught up in it. And you in that building, I'm across the street from that. Suppose you was up in that building. How would you feel as a human being? You'd be like, damn, I made a decision for me and my family to come over here to make a better life. Now I got to go back. I got to go back. But what the hell you going to go back to? Especially if the government was overturned. Especially if the economy's bad. It's not good. It's nothing good going to come out of this thing. It's not going good. Nothing going to look, people. And when you think about it spiritually, it go back to what the Bible says. The Bible says that Satan is the author of all confusion. Don't this sound like confusion to you? Because this show is not orchestrated the proper way. This is nothing but confusion. You know at your job, if you do something out of disorder, you're going to get fired. Why are politicians letting it get to this point? They should never let it get to this point. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. So we got a president that was doing things illegally, and we got a Congress that funded it. It's crazy. It's actually, so count your blessings that you don't have to go through this, because it's just, I just can't, look, people, I can't say everything that I know, but do your homework. The last 40, 50 years, countries have been exploiting other countries for decades, especially corporations, okay? Especially corporations. When they want that land for the resources, they don't care how many people have to be moved out the way. You understand what I'm saying? That's the honest truth. And once we get a perspective on how this thing goes, you'll be like, man, just pray for them. You got to pray for them. But at the same time, got to take care of America first. And that's just the way it is, people. It's the way it is. All right, people, ain't nothing going on. They just sitting back waiting. And I need to go ahead and probably prepare another video. But I appreciate you guys being with me. Just want to, from a human perspective, I'm more than just, somebody out here covering the story. I look at this thing, I try to look at it from all angles. And I wonder how I would feel as a father. And I just had a baby, and I came over here illegally. I knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong that I came over here illegal, but I came over here through bad circumstances, and I felt I was free again, and I can make myself a better life. And now you probably gonna have to go back to something worse than what you come out of. My Lord, this ain't how life's supposed to be. This ain't how life's supposed to be for none of us. None of us. So thank God that you're in America, or wherever you're from. If you're free, that you can make a decision and it stands, and you can grow a family. Trust me, you got a little bit of heaven, okay? It ain't the best, but you got a little bit of heaven. And hey, those who are going through something, have a little empathy for them. And those who are illegal and doing mischievous things, bad things, killing people, robbing, selling dope, hey, they got to be dealt with. Because you know what? Any country you go to and you do that kind of stuff, you're going to go to prison anyway. So we got to have laws here, people. We got to have laws. I'm from Chicago. I am from Chicago. Thanks for asking. Thanks for asking. So yeah, people, I'm about to go ahead and get a slice of pizza. I know it's cold. And get me some lunch, and I will see you guys a little bit later. God bless you. Thank you guys for supporting me. Watch the videos. Again, I do information, revelation, and talk about salvation. That's the bottom line. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whomsoever believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. What is everlasting life? Man, it's covered in the blood. It's covered in the blood. Covered in the blood. The greatest event ever happened to mankind was that Jesus came. That's right. Don't forget that. Jesus came. For God so loved the world. I'm glad somebody loved me. He gave his only begotten Son. That's a beautiful thing. So we can make it and we can endure. Again, watch the videos. I do 3 to 5 videos every day. That's what I have to do, just to make a decent amount of money to pay the bills. As long as I can make it every month, I'm cool. I believe the Lord is coming soon. I believe that things are winding up, but I believe all this was a plan. Whether it's war overseas or even this, all this is a plan. There are people on the planet who have an agenda. There are secret societies out here. There are people who literally worship the devil. And when you put it all together and mix it up, that's a problem. But at some point, Jesus is going to come. He's going to take care of all this foolishness. That's what I believe. If I'm wrong, we'll see. But I do believe that Jesus is coming, because things are reaching a point where everything's maxing out. Something got to pop off at some point. Something's got to pop off. Something's got to change. Something got to change, baby, because this ain't it. I mean, we just started school, and we've had all these shootings in school and college. We've had these moments where people are saying they're gonna, shoot up the college. we can't keep living like this in America, people. We can't keep living like this around the world. So at some point, things got to change. So we pray for the best, and we seek ye. The Bible says, seek ye the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added unto us. That's the key. I believe he's coming again. All right, people. You guys have a beautiful day. Nothing's going on. Everybody's just waiting. Again, we have the news crew still here. They're chilling out. The main one is Channel 7, representing Chicago. And they're here. And I am here at the, I want to call it a concentration camp, but it's not. It's a detention center for the illegals. 1930 Beach Street, and I am in Broadview, Illinois. Represent. This is the entrance. We had protesters here early this morning, but they were faked out because they brought the people in early this morning, around 4 o'clock this morning. So hey, you guys want to see something? Look at that giant bird. Look at that thing. Is that a crow? Look at that thing. You guys see that thing? Look at that. That boy could probably pick me up. You guys see that bird? I thought it was an airplane at first. What is that thing? Look at that thing. That's a big bird. I don't know what that is, but that wingspan is something else. Wow. Did I lose him? There he is. Think it's an eagle? It's huge. Wow. Think it's a hawk? That's a big boy. I guess I better give him some pizza, right? Condor? Oh, that's scary. A condor? Ooh. Well, we are in the suburbs, so hey. All right, people, I am going to sign off. I'm looking at Homeland Security. They're on the inside of the fence, chilling out. So yeah, nothing going on, people. We might do this again soon. We'll see what's going on. Okay. You guys have a beautiful evening. I'll talk to you guys later. Don't forget, do a thumbs up. That helps the algorithm so other people can see it. Okay. God bless, and we'll talk later. Thank you very much.